For tonight's headlines, Marcos administrations get high marks in their first 100 days. Senator Zubiri lauds pbbm on his first 100 days in office. Businesses flow in Marcos admin, says the speaker. And waning COVID immunity poses risk of more infections. Learning mode options for schools in November being discussed, says the VP. And 20% traffic fine discount for elderly drivers pushed. Good evening. Today is Thursday, October 6. I am Vernon Velasco and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. The administration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. got high approval ratings on its handling of urgent national concerns in the country based on the recent Pulse Asia survey released Thursday. The Pulse Asia's poll released on President Marcos' 98th day in office found that his administration received majority approval ratings on 11 of the 13 issues assessed in the nationwide survey. The Marcos administration received a 78% rating for responding to the needs of calamity-hit areas and controlling the spread of COVID-19. 69% of respondents believe in the Marcos administration's efforts in promoting peace in the country, while 68% appreciated what is done to protect the welfare of overseas Filipino workers. In terms of fighting criminality and enforcing the rule of law, the Marcos administration got a 67% and 62% rating, respectively. The Marcos administration acquired a 59% rating for both creating more jobs and increasing workers' pay, and a 58% rating for fighting graft and corruption in government. Senate President Mig Zubiri on Thursday lauded President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. for his performance on his first 100 days in office. Zubiri, who was elected as Senate Chief on the day Marcos delivered his first State of the Nation address, was impressed with the latter's performance. Zubiri cited recent visits of Marcos to Singapore, Indonesia, and the United States, where he brought home business commitments amounting to $18.92 billion, or over 1 trillion pesos. The Senate chief said the last time the government was aggressive about roadshows was during the time of former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Zubiri noted that the chief executive is targeting foreign investors as an apparent move to take advantage of the political climate in China. House Speaker Martin Romualdez expressed optimism that the country's future looks brighter under the Marcos administration as businesses continue to ramp up, which results in generating more jobs. The country, according to Romualdez, is right on track and sprinting steadily during the first 100 days of President Marcos, whom he lauded for doing very well in engaging the international business community, which happened during the latter's most recent trip to Singapore. The speaker stressed that these gains are made possible with the president's prudent choice of the best economic team and meticulous crafting of the medium-term fiscal framework to serve as the roadmap to steer the country back to its high-growth trajectory. Marcos traveled to Singapore on Saturday at the invitation of Singaporean Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong, just days after wrapping up a 6-day working tour in New York. According to Romualdez, Marcos did a good job crafting a national budget responsive to the country's needs and ensuring a functioning government to implement policies he laid down in his 8-point economic agenda. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders. In other news, the vaccine expert panel on Thursday warned the public about the possibility of another spike in COVID-19 cases as people's immunity to the virus continues to wane. Dr. Nina Gloriani, head of the VEP, cited the waning immunity, along with other factors, could potentially speed up the increase of COVID-19 cases. Breakthrough infections occurs when an individual contracts COVID-19 despite being fully vaccinated. Likewise, Gloriani said that the low booster uptake will play a role in the potential spike in the number of infections. Earlier this week, Health Officer in charge Maria Rosario Verhaire reported that at least 19.7 million Filipinos were inoculated with booster shots. Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte said Thursday that learning mode options for the originally scheduled implementation of full in-person classes on November 2 are being discussed at the cabinet level. Duterte said the Department of Education is preparing a report to be presented to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The DepEd has earlier been firm in pushing for the full implementation of face-to-face classes on November 2 after allowing flexible learning options for the gradual transition since August 22. However, classes in some areas previously hit by the magnitude 7 earthquake in Abra and Super Typhoon Karding returned to temporary distance learning. Moreover, Interior and Local Government Secretary Benor Abalos expressed his support for the DepEd to ensure a safe transition to full face-to-face classes. The Education Chief underscored the need for in-person classes to address learning gaps during distance learning at the height of the coronavirus disease 2019 pandemic. The 20% discount privilege granted under the law to senior citizens should be extended to fines on them for traffic violations, the chair of the House Committee on Public Order and Safety said Thursday. Santa Rosa City Representative Dan Fernandez made the statement as he pushed for the immediate passage of House Bill 5402 that he filed Tuesday as the country celebrates the Elderly Filipino Week from October 1 to 7. He said elderlies still have much to contribute to nation building, thus senior citizen drivers should also be accorded the privilege of enjoying a discount of 20% on traffic fines. Fernandez noted that despite their advanced age, many senior citizens still operate automobiles for a number of vital reasons. An elderly citizen's driving reflexes, instincts, and skills, he said, are no longer the same as what they used to be during his or her youth. So once in a while, they commit driving mistakes, he said. Under such circumstances, Fernandez said there is a need for the government to reduce imposable fines on Filipino motorists who have reached 60 and above, especially for seniors who rely on driving as the only source of livelihood. That wraps up these stories tonight. Catch us again tomorrow only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page. Again, this is Vernon Velasco and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay home. Good night and God bless us all.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its vibrant community, Tribune, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tercito are available on our community Viber.
We would like to thank the following: Araneta, Pag-ibig, SM Supermall, Veteran, Divina Law Offices, ICTSI, Xlog, Globe, Kia, PLDT, Cherry, Tanawan, Prime Homes, RLC, Pure Gold, Meralco, and SM Retail.
bawat saglit. Kapag naalala ka, wala naman akong magawa. Umuwi ka na, baby. Di na ako sanay nang wala ka. Mahirap ang mag-isa, at sa gabi hanap kita. Hanggang kailan ako maghihintay? sa mga labi. Di mapigilang magising na baka sa tagal mahulog ang loob mo sa iba. Nakakabalisa na kung wood, wag naman sana. Umuwi ka na baby, di na ako sanay nang wala ka. Mahirapang mag-isa at sa gabi na hanap kita. Hanggang kailan ako maghihintay na makasama kang muli sa buhay kong puno ng paghihirap, na tanging ikaw lang ang pumapawi sa mga luha, naglalagay ng ngiti sa mga